Did you know the Seattle housing market actually slows down in July and August, even though everyone thinks that summer is the busy season because people want to move when their kids are out of school? Well, that's not the way it works around here. The truth is, September and October are often much stronger months here in the Pacific Northwest. So let's take a look at what actually did happen in August 2025, according to the MLS, and what you can expect as we head into the fall. I'm your Realtor, Emily Cressey, with HomeProAssociates.com. I'm at Keller Williams, Greater Seattle, and this is your September 2025 market update. So across the Pacific Northwest in general, we saw a slowdown in August. Active listings dipped by almost 3% compared to July. Closed sales fell 7.7% month over month. And compared to last August, listing inventory is way up right now. We have 30% more homes for sale than we did in August 2024. But sales, closings, transactions are still lagging. Transactions are down almost 6% year over year. So what does this tell us? It tells us that buyers have more homes to choose from, but demand is not keeping pace with the number of homes wanting to be sold. So if we take a look at inventory and competition in the Seattle market, we can see that right now we have over 20,000 homes for sale across the Northwest MLS. That's about 3.5 months of inventory, which is still considered a seller's market, but much less competitive than in the frenzied days of 2021. In King County, inventory sits at 2.86 months. And in Snohomish County, it's 2.38 months. So we are well under the 4 to 6 month balance point, and it's a stronger market closer to the big cities and the employment centers. As far as pricing goes, sellers are not feeling overly motivated to drop their prices to get things to move quicker. Prices are holding steady. The median home price in August across the board was $650,000, which was exactly the same as in July and up less than 1% from a year ago. So it's actually up even though we have more supply than demand right now. So sellers, again, are feeling stubborn. They are not needing to sell. They are not needing to drop their prices to get things sold, but it is taking longer, and they need to make sure that their home is priced well for the market and presented well in addition. Here in King County, we see the median home price was $875,000. In Snohomish County, $755,000. So we're not seeing dramatic swings in pricing. It's more of a flat trend when it comes to home prices over the past 12 months. Now let's take a look at buyers. What are buyers actually doing in today's market? So showings and key box activity tells us how busy buyers are. Are they out there looking but not making offers? Are they on vacation and not looking at all? The showings and key box activity are an early indicator of what's going on. And what we're seeing last month was that showings were down almost 3% compared to the rate in July, but slightly up from last year. So August does tend to be one of our slowest months, one of our warmest months. Lots of people are gone on summer vacation. And it's encouraging to me to see that more people were out looking this August than last August. And all this lines up with what we're seeing and what we're expecting. Slower sales traffic in the summer months with more activity expected now that it's after Labor Day. Okay, let's talk interest rates and what lies ahead. Mortgage rates inched down slightly in August from 6.7.2 at the end of July to 6.5 by the end of August. So that's one of the lower rates that we've seen in the last 12 months. And there's pressure on the Fed to cut the rates again later this year. It's not clear how much that will impact long-term mortgage rates. The Fed rate is not the same as the mortgage interest rate, but they do tend to run in parallel. So what we do know right now is that the Seattle market typically picks up in September and October. So if you've been waiting to buy or sell, the next 2 months could bring more movement and great opportunities. Personally, I have 4 listings coming up, 1 on the market right now, actually 2 on the market, 3 coming up, and it's going to be a very busy month for me. This is totally in line with what I've been expecting because I typically tell people not to list in the second half of August if they can help it. So here's the bottom line. Prices are flat, inventory is up, supply and demand, and activity should pick up this fall. So if you want to know how this market will affect you, whether you are buying or selling a home, I would be happy to set up an appointment to go over your home buying strategy. And if you're curious about your home's value, check out my free home value tool linked in the comments below.